once again to Eastern Newsbeat. This is Tricia Ziemer reporting, and I'm at the Miller Homestead, beautiful historical building, and I'm here with Sarah Hopkins. Sarah, welcome. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you, Tricia.
Can you tell me about Millers and yourself?
Sure. Well, I am the Corporate Manager of Customer Experience at Eastern Regional Libraries, now known as Your Library. And last year we got an opportunity to bid for the tenancy on Miller's Homestead, this beautiful historical property in Boronia that's owned by Knox Council and had sat closed for many years. We thought it would be a wonderful opportunity to provide the types of community events and programs that we do provide in our libraries in a small way, but because our libraries are mostly full of books and story times and people working on computers, we have limited possibility to run other sorts of events that we know that people are interested in and that support learning and creativity and that sort of exploring of interesting ideas. And this would be an opportunity to be able to do more of that.
To extend the library services for the wider community.
Yes, and particularly the sorts of library services that aren't so traditional. So rather than if you want to find out something, you come to the library and read a book about it, you might come to the library to go to a talk on gardening or putting solar panels on your home or how to write a short story or to join in a singing group or try your hand at Tai Chi or yoga to see if that's something that you might like to then pursue in the rest of your life.
So it's almost like to become a neighbourhood house or a community centre.
Well, it's definitely got a community focus. We also want to work with our library strengths, and this house we have a focus on art and on history. It is a historic property, so you already get a sense of history when you come here. It's got its original gardens, they're very beautiful, it's in a fantastic location, and at the same time it's very supportive of people being creative. It's got lovely big high ceilings and walls so we can display art, and people love to come here and look at art, and they love to come here and make art.
How were you involved in this process of helping Millers become part of the Your Library complex?
Well, when the tender was announced, the CEO of Your Library, who's a very innovative and creative person, said we should apply, and this was 2021, so we're coming out of COVID, trying to re-establish ourselves, find our feet, wondering what the library service was going to look like going forward, like everybody was at that time. And I was less keen. I hadn't been here before. So we came for a visit on a wintry afternoon. It was very still. The light was very low. And when we walked in, I was just like, yes, we have to have a go.
It just grabbed your soul.
Absolutely. And I thought if it does that to me, it will do that to everybody. And we should open up the doors to let more people come in and experience that. Miller's magic.
I love it. I absolutely love it, and it is absolutely beautiful. Now, I'm aware in the local area that the library has rebranded itself as Your Library. Can you tell me about that initiative?
Sure. So our official name is Eastern Regional Libraries, and we're a library corporation running the library service for the cities of Knox and Maroondah and the Shire of Yarra Ranges. And Eastern Regional Libraries has been doing that for 26 years. But it's not a very descriptive name or meaningful name for people who live in this area. So we own the domain rights to yourlibrary.com. So one of our lockdown activities was a rebranding exercise where we changed our name to Your Library, because we feel that describes much more meaningfully what we actually do for the community, and it also means that we align better with our council. So it's Knox Your Library, or Maroondah Your Library, or Yarra Ranges Your Library, rather than who is this Eastern Regional Libraries and where are they anyway. So we just wanted to set the tone as to how we see ourselves working in this area, with the community, with the councils who fund us, and the sorts of services that we want to provide. We've had a big emphasis in the last few years of really working outside the boundaries of our physical library buildings, with much more outreach program visits to people where they are. We go to kindergartens, and we go to nursing homes, and we go to U3As, and we go to festivals, and we want to take the library to where people are.
I believe you're being more and more inclusive with the community in terms of using the resources that are naturally involved in some of your libraries, like the kitchen out at Healesville.
Yes, well, we're lucky enough to have some non-traditional resources in some of our libraries, and where the Healesville Library is a commercial kitchen. So the staff there have put their thinking caps on and come up with a number of programs where they can use the kitchen, including the one where they are cooking a community meal, and that involves people donating produce for the cooking, coming along to participate in the cooking, or coming along to participate in the meal and the sharing of the meal, which is very important for lots of people. It's about social interaction and loneliness, and giving people an opportunity to interact where they don't have to spend money, there's no judgment, but it might also be that they want someone to eat with, so that loneliness is a huge issue in our society.
What other initiatives are coming up for your library?
So we've got a big program planned for next year. We've really got back into the groove this year after a couple of years in mothballs. So lots of children's activities, technology activities, showing people new tech, helping them with things that they might already have.
Because that's a real issue for especially for the seniors, understanding the new technologies and not being overcome by them.
Yes, and it's very important. It's becoming more necessary to be technologically literate in order to function as an independent adult in this world. And we're trying hard to address both the technology issues and also literacy issues that people have. So, if you can't understand your phone contract, you're really at a disadvantage. So as security becomes an issue, at the libraries we see our role is not just to help people navigate online resources, but to keep themselves safe online.
So we need to protect ourselves against modern scams.
Yes, and we need to understand where the boundaries are. We probably wouldn't leave the house with the doors wide open to go shopping. We wouldn't even think about it, but we'll leave our online identity unchecked because we don't understand what the risks are or how to lock the doors.
I cannot thank you enough for your time today, Sarah.
Thank you, Tricia. It's been an absolute pleasure.
And good luck with your library.
Thank you so much.
Tricia Ziemer, Eastern Newsbeat. We'll be back after the break.